radiation is really infrared. The body heats up, and some of that energy is converted into infrared waves. And so if you go up to somebody with a fever, you don't have to touch it. You can just, you have a child, you can just what? Close to the forehead, you can feel the heat. Okay? And so infrared, listen, it goes from hot to cooler. So in this room, I am losing a lot of heat through infrared. Why? Everything in here is cooler than me. You know, yes, this desk is actually giving off a little bit of infrared, not much. I'm giving off what? A lot more. So I'm passing it on to the desk, to the blackboards, and you know, everything, the air inside the room. And you lose, you ready? On an average day, about 60% of the heat radiation. When can't you do this? Trust me, this is when you die. If I put you in the desert and it's 125 degrees, then you are not losing infrared, you're what? Gaining it. The sand is what? Giving off infrared. So you've got to be in an area where it's not as hot. The second method, you don't lose much heat this way. It's called conduction. It's the direct transfer of heat from a hot object to a cooler object. I'll give you an example of conduction. You only lose about 3% of your heat this way. Ready? If you were butt naked, okay, and I said, go and sit, have a seat, and I put you to sit on a metal bench, how would it feel? Why does it feel cold? Because the bench is going to be, it's cooler than you, right? And what is it going to do? Direct contact, it's going to suck the heat from you to the bench. You with me? And your butt is going to get what? Cooler, 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 and you feel cold. We don't do much loss by conduction. I think the only way you can lose more by conduction if you spend a lot of time in the water. Then you'd be losing heat by more heat by conduction. Because the water usually, what, like in an ocean, right, is colder than you are. Right? But that would be that. Here's one that I love to do. There's only 4. Convection. Convection, which I will explain, you're going to lose 15%. We got 78%. What is convection? Oh, I'm going to demonstrate it to you. It's something you've never thought about and have done 100 times. Your body, whether you're wearing clothes or not, as your body gives off heat, it warms the air right next to your body. You with it? Close. See my hand? It's giving off heat, and it's warming the air, what, right next to my hand? And I have a blanket of hot air. But I want, if I get rid of that blanket of hot air, cooler air will come in. Are you with me? And what? Pick up heat. Let me prove it to you. Do this. Ready? Take your hand and do this. Go in. Is it going? How does it feel? Cool. Your breath is really hot. Why does it feel cool? Because you've just blown away what? That layer of warm air. See, when you put a fan in the living room, the fan doesn't make the room colder, and the air is still the same temperature. What is the fan doing? See it? It's what? Moving, right? You only feel cooler when you what? Are under the fan, and you feel the air what? Blowing over you, and you're getting rid of the what? Layer of hot air. Isn't that interesting? You know that most people believe erroneously that a fan makes the room cooler? How could it make it cooler? It's just a blade going around, the air temperature doesn't change. What it's doing is what? Getting rid of the air close to your body. See all the crazy things you understand? What's the remaining 22%? The remaining 2%, 22% is evaporation. What is evaporation? Watch. I am going to do this. If I'm sweating, out of my sweat pores comes water, correct? And that water is liquid. But if my body is hot enough, remember what water is. Remember water has hydrogen bonds with other water molecules. Remember that from last time? So if I have enough heat, what's I'm going to do to each water molecule? I'm going to make them vibrate. And occasionally one will what? Break away from the others. And you need heat to do that. You go from what? Liquid to gas. And that cools your body. Your sweat going from liquid to gas to vapor cools your body. But you got a problem. You live in the Northeast. In the summer, the air tends to have high humidity. What does that mean? How much water vapor is already in the air? And the more water vapor in the air, it can't accept your water vapor. So what happens on a very, very hot, humid day, you're hot. You can see the sweat, what, rolling off of you? That's not helping you, because it's what? Staying liquid. That makes sense? Ain't helping you a bit. You better use the other three. Right? So you take out a fan, and get what? Go back to convection. But if you come with me this summer to Vegas, and it's hot. I've been here when it was 125 degrees. You don't stay out long. Okay? 100, I'm okay. I can walk. What am I always carrying with me? Water. In my back pocket. Never leave in the summer without water. Because I'm sweating like a pig. And you don't see it. Because the air has very little humidity. So no sooner than I sweat, what goes to vapor. You look at your skin, it looks dry. And you know who gets in big trouble? They get visitors come to Vegas, they're old. And they're walking down Las Vegas Boulevard, and you'll see on a very hot day, like 118, 120, people will say to them, where is your water bottle? And they will say, I don't need it, I'm not sweating. Yes, you are. You're sweating this in about 15 minutes, you know? And the next thing you know, you got a couple laying on the sidewalk, and when it's a very, like 120 and above, you see the ambulances going up and down Vegas Boulevard, picking up people who passed out, and heat stroke, heat exhaustion. Stroke is worse.